morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is the Racing Statistics channel. Um, yeah, we're on multiple platforms. We know we're on Twitch right now. We know we're on YouTube. Been told we're on TikTok. Let me see. We're not on Facebook yet. We should be. Still saying July 5th for the event, unfortunately. But we should be there soon. Yeah, we're on multiple platforms today. And we're here for the second practice for the British Grand Prix. Again, it is July 4th, so happy birthday, USA, for whatever that may be at the moment. There we go, we're live now on YouTube. Cool. Go. So chat. It's just a reel. All right. Anyways, we are about 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go before green light for FP2. Go. So in FP1 we had two rookies. We had Soto subbed out for Lindblad, and we had Paul Aaron in for Hulkenberg. So no, Amelia. The actual race will be on F1 TV Pro, so not the free F1 TV account. That, I mean, it'll eventually be on the free F1 TV account, but not live. Go. Just looking right now. I want to thank those who are here right now in YouTube chat, like Paula, Shay, Dark, Sly, who got their free a gift from me earlier today. A few others are here. Bakar here. Bakar gave me a red flag. Thank you. You guys know what I like. F2 did not disappoint. They had a red flag during quali. The F1 film had multiple red flags. It itself may be a red flag, but anyways. Basically, if you didn't like Drive to Survive, you're not going to like the F1 film. Bottom line, like if you don't want to deal with that, then don't go. But if you liked like Top Gun Maverick, then the F1 film was really good. About 2 minutes away before green flag for FP2. Again, I'm calling out those who have joined the channel in YouTube. They're in green and have badge. Thank you for your support. Over here in Twitch, you guys have again, I know that's like some Ackerman, and I know a few others have joined the channel. We do have a Discord server that's active throughout the week. We'll be active, between races as well. We're about to start FP2. Time has started. It's like Hulkenberg and Behrman will be the first two out in this practice, so they're actually going to get on track. FP2 typically is more representative of what you'll see in quality in the race. So that's why this is a really important session. Some are saying it was a cool story, but will never happen. Yeah, that's why I've been saying it's more F1, the fairy tale. It's very much a fairy tale, and it has a very and to be honest, the structure of the film has a fairy tale structure, a modern fairy tale structure to it. And once I understood that, um, I understood what the film was doing, what was going on. And that's why, like, if you're a hardo about Drive Survive, then you're going to be a hardo about the F1 film, and you're not going to like it. And there's not much I can do about it. But if you're willing to go in with some sense of disbelief and enjoy, uh, the spectacle that you're going to see, and enjoy the story for what it is, you know, it's crazy. It's all over the place, but it's fun. Don't get me wrong. When you let go of this is not real, and you let go of that you go in again, going with a lower expectation, you're going to enjoy the film. And it's a great summer film. Don't get me wrong. Um, AAXXF1 asking Polo, do you think Lewis will keep on his streak? So the streak we're talking about is Lewis hasn't, like, for over a decade, hasn't finished anything worse than P3 here at Silverstone. It's been, and that was only one out of that 10-year span. It's either he finished second or finished first. Just good here, and he was, I believe, he was top of the board after he won. He looked really good in FP1. So that's the thing I want to see is, hey, does Hamilton still look good in FP2? The other weird thing that happened in FP2 was that the Racing Bulls looked really good. And they were better than Max, actually. Yeah, the Racing Bulls looked really good in FP1. I'm showing data from Australia. I don't really want to care about Australia F1 guys. But yeah, no, it was just, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Albin was in the mix. Yeah, there were four. It was Isaac, Lawson, Albin, Antonelli were all ahead of Max's P10. So, which team will score more points this weekend? Will be the mothership Red Bull, or the second, the sister ship, the Racing Bulls? There is an option that both will score same points. Those who like high risk gambles, that's where you're going. Right now, 55%, 58% are on the Racing Bulls, 34% on Red Bull, and then 12%. It's only 65 votes right now. Both 12. You guys, wow, you guys are gamblers. 11% think both will score the same points. Wow, that surprises me, everyone. Hamilton went to the top of the board with a 127.280. Yeah, red flag now, please. No, not right now. Give it 5 more minutes. Come on. Give everyone a lap around. Leclerc has gone second. He's only 215,000 slower. They're all on medium tires, exception of Haas. Antonelli's third. Norris is taken third. Isaac is fifth. Stroll is sixth. Albon 7, Oscar 7, Sainz 9th, Calvino 10th. Right now, we're looking at Tsunoda, Lawson, Alonso, Russell, and Verstappen on their outlaps. Alonso to 9th. One of the things that did happen in FP1 that we were seeing some stop notifications on the board. We would ignore those if you see those right now without other data. See, Russell's gone 5th. That leaves so Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Lawson, and Verstappen still to go. I think Tsunoda and Lawson abandoned lap to start a new ones. Verstappen has started his flying lap, and so has Hulkenberg. So it'll be Hulkenberg, Tsunoda, Lawson, Verstappen in that order, finishing off. Oscar's pitted. Yeah, there's something going on around turn 14, just past turn 14, where cars are disappearing on the chart. And I think that is something in the data stream. Just note that if you see cars with a stop, it may not be the case. Hulkenberg goes 14th. Tsunoda's next to finish their lap. He's going to go 16th. Here comes Max. Max is going to have to pass Hamilton to the line. Max has gone P2, 0.59 thousandths difference between two. Loss has gone P6. Bierman setting at 18th. Auckland coming around. Setting 20th, basically. So not a great lap. Yuki is 1.9 off right now. Colpino goes to 8th. He's 6:07 off. Max had the fastest first sector. Hamilton has had the fastest second, and Norris fastest third. So we got 3 different drivers in each of the sectors. Nelly is pitting. Only driver in the pit right now. Russell in the pits right now. They are sending Antonelli out. Borrell going up to 12th. He's 798 off of the gap. Hamilton right now top of the board. Max is second with 59 thousandths. Leclerc is 215 thousandths. Norris is 223. And Denley is 241. And then we get a gap to 320. Russell's 412, 417 off of the pace. P7. So Hamilton showing that he's doing, yeah, he's just, I don't know what to say. I mean, like, yeah, Hamilton is just the master here at Silverstone. Again, we just lost moment data from Lawson. Again, around that turn 14. Fin, no, it's gonna rain tomorrow, but so we might see an FP3 or beginning towards the beginning of FP3, definitely with the F2, F3 stuff going on. But then we should see a clear afternoon for quali. but they're predicting rain all day on Sunday. So Gasly up to 16th. He's 1.5 seconds off pace. Oscar has gone to the top of the board with 127.196, 84 thousandths faster than Hamilton. Science has gone fourth, 290 off of the pace. He's ahead of his former teammate by 9 thousandths. 2.90 versus 2.99 for the clerk. Max is coming out after pitting. Colpino is in the pits, Behrman in the pits, and Ocon in the pits. Oh, Williams Cook. Yeah, no, it's actually nice to see Williams back. I mean, that last Austria was definitely horrible. Isaac Ajah has gone back to the top of the board, everyone, with 127.062 on a medium tire. That only lasted for a few moments when Hamilton took it back. Isaac is only 160 off. Norris has gone P4. He's 337 off, the fastest second sector. Leclerc has gone P4, 294 is the gap. So Isaac is 160 off, and then Oscar he was 134 thousandths faster than Oscar, and then Hamilton was another 160 on top of that. So everyone's using medium tires except for Haas right now. So this is interesting to see that the race that again, one of the racing bulls is faster than Verstappen. The McLarens are not illegal, and the fact that people are saying that is just wrong. It's on a factual level is wrong. You must have misunderstood something that was reported. They have been thoroughly vetted by the FIA multiple times. And if you still don't believe that they've been vetted that way, then you've got tinfoil hats and have a conspiracy theory. Russell's gone P3 to the top of the board, 127.075. He's 173, so he's 13 thousandths, just Isaac's 13 thousandths faster than Russell still in his best lap. Again, he's only a tenth faster. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is just. No, 1/10. He's 1/1000th faster than Norris, and now he's 6 right now, and Norris is 7th. Again, Hamilton's going through that zone of funkiness. Leclerc just went through. So it's from turn 13 to after the start of the DRS zone after turn 14 is our zone of funkiness where we are getting wrong data about cars not on track. Do this in chat. I want to thank everyone in Facebook chat, everyone in YouTube chat, and everyone in Twitch chat. I believe we're live on TikTok as well. I don't have access to TikTok at the moment, so my apologies. Twitch is down at the moment. And we're back. We have a yellow flag, and it's Carlos Sainz. Came out in front of Barlow in a weird way. So Carlos Sainz is the what brought out the yellow flag. He did not hit the wall, so he's back on track, and that's why we've gone back to green flag. Yeah, they're gonna show a replay of that. He's coming around, hits, gonna cause it. He just loses control of the car. I think he was reacting to. Oh no, he goes wide. Oh boy. I think it was a Ferrari. I'm not sure if that was Charles or if that was Hamilton in front of him. But either way, one of them was. Yeah, they're noting that Sainz did not rejoin safely. He came out in front. Yeah, he came out back on track in front of one of the state cars. Went to the other side of the track. So that's noted at the moment. Let's see right now what is going on. Have we lost my sound? No, my voice is there. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you're having issues with the stream, please refresh. So they're thinking that what happened with Sainz, he was on a curb with a 20 mile per hour, kilometer per hour gust as he was going over a curb. That was one of the things that was noted in F2, is that it was the gust of wind had picked up. So it's much windier now. I know it's rated at 10.8 at the moment, but they just think it was something higher. Again, Clark came around that last turn, the 16-17 turn, and then just lost the control of the car. Clark right now, top of the board, 126.887. He's 15 thousandths faster than Hamilton's best lap. Oscar's now third with 25 thousandths faster, and then Isaac is 175, so he hasn't put in a new lap. It's just dropped down a little bit further. Russell right now fifth, 188 behind. Albon is 312 behind. Antonelli is 351 behind. Norris is 352. So those times haven't changed in a bit. Again, a lot of drivers in the garage right now. Only Hamilton, Leclerc, Borrello, Sonoda, Behrman are out on track. So only 5 drivers. And that may change in a moment. Yeah, Leclerc's pitting. We've got 39 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in this session. Sonoda up to 14th. He is 0.843 behind. He is 4/10, literally 4/10 off his teammate. 452 versus 843. Well, a little less than 4/10, but still, it's 3.99. Hamilton is pushing. He's coming to the line. He goes top of the board again. He's 295 faster than Leclerc. So Hamilton has the first and second and third sectors, and Leclerc has the third sectors in terms of fastest times. Well, Hamilton back to the top of the board again, putting a line in the sand. We will see that track evolution will have a place today. It might have a little bit of evolution tomorrow. But it won't be as big of a scenario. Well, I don't know. It depends on how if it rains tomorrow morning. We'll have to keep an eye on the rain scenario for tomorrow. So notice pitting. So it only leaves Behrman and Hamilton on track. I expect them probably to pit. I don't see Behrman pushing. He's not. Unless Behrman's on a tire degradation run or a race run. His last lap was a 128.133. That was his best lap so far. Russell and Antonelli are coming out of the pit, so they're starting a new program, and then they're coming out on softs with about 37, so about within the first 15 minutes of this session. Now, just want to point out that we do have a Patreon. If you want to support the work we're doing, whether channel you are watching us on, whether it is Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube. We also have a Discord channel. You guys can join a Discord server, I should say. We've got more drivers out. We've got Hulkenberg, Norris, Isaac, Colpino, and Lawson are out now. Again, Behrman and Hamilton had pitted a few moments ago. So it'll be about a minute or so while we wait. Actually, Russell might start a flying lap. Russell right now on track. Russell is flying. Russell fastest first sector 28.008. What's going on? Sainz's seat is in danger. Why is his seat in danger? There's been no reporting about Sainz. They just signed him for a multi-year deal. Right, are saying the Red Bull's current car has got a big problem. Can you be more specific about what the problem is? I mean, we know there's something going on, but can you be more specific what the problem is? I mean, part of it is we know that they've developed that car for Max to the detriment of all other drivers. And Denley's faster than Russell. That is true. No, that's not true. No, that is true now. By 140. And Denley is a 126.383. Russell does a 5.23. So the difference of 140. And Denley has the fastest first sector he took away from Russell. About a tenth and a little bit more in sector 2. And then Russell gains not a tenth, but 700 on Antonelli, so it's less than a tenth in sector 3 difference in Russell's favor. both still about 2 tenths off Hamilton's fastest Sector 3 time. Looking at what's going on at the moment. Looks like YouTube has stabilized. Turns evidence involving Car 55 Science will investigate after the session. So FP3 will know about what's going on with science. He just moved to P10. He's 776 off of the pace. Like Twitch is stabilized as well. Yeah, if you guys refresh your stream, you're having issues, it should fix the lag you're having. We're trying to figure out what might be causing it on our end, if it might be something on our end. We got 31 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this session. Again, this is the Race Statistics YouTube channel. I want to thank those of you who are here. About 2,358 are watching right now, and 285 likes on YouTube. We've got our usual crowd over in Twitch chat. Thank you so much. Our growing number. Those of you who are on Facebook or watching after the fact on Facebook, thank you. Again, we've got a couple of you. Again, I don't know what our numbers are on TikTok. I'm unable to access that currently. It's complicated why, and I'll leave it at that. Look right now, fastest first and second sector on a cooking lap right now. Hamilton is a 10th off sector 1. Clark has gotten to the top of the board, 181 faster than Antonelli. Hamilton right now, it looks like he's abandoning, or let's take a look at time at the end of sector 2. I think he's abandoning the lap. Yeah, Hamilton had a decent first start to good sector 1, started sector 2, and then somewhere abandoned the lap early on in sector. See if they're F1's got a replay of that. Why? Oscar right now fastest first sector. He's got a good sector 3. He's only about a tenth and almost 2 tenths off right now. He goes P2. He is 84 hundredths behind Leclerc. Right now, Oscar's fast in sector 1. Faster 2 is Leclerc, and sector 3 is Isaac. Why is Sainz being investigated? Because he went off the track, then rejoined not safely in front of one of the stake cars, the Sauber cars, I should say. So it's a rejoining the track unsafely incident that they're basically going to bring him into they basically want to talk to him about the incident before issuing a penalty. It's a summons to the stewards after the session. A possible grid penalty for something. It is possible. We'll see what the stewards do. Norris fastest first and second sector in this lap right now. Come to the line. He's going to go to the top of the board. Hamilton up to 7th. Said up to 7th, but Norris is now a purple-green lap for. I'm sorry, a purple lap for Norris. A 125.816. He's the first one in the 125s today. 386 faster than Leclerc. 470 than on his teammate Oscar. Antonelli's over half a second. Just over 7/10 for Russell. Isaac is only 1,000 slower than Russell. And Hamilton is 776 behind Norris right now. Verstappen is now 795 behind in P8. Lawson is 808 in P10. And Albon is over a second of Norris's time. And we're seeing everyone out on soft tires at this point, except for Gasly, who's on a medium tire. Not getting sector time for Gasly. Oh, it's he's on outlap. Hasn't finished sector 2 yet. All right. Right now we got Antonelli, Isaac, Lawson, Albon, and Bierman in the pits. Tsunoda, Stroll, Borrell, Gasly, Ocon are all on outlaps. So is Leclerc, Oscar, and Antonelli. Antonelli now leaving the pits. Aston Martin haven't shown up this session? No, not really. I think Stroll may have shown up a little bit in early on in FP1. I think they were at top P6, P7, and then dropped down as other people did better times. Yeah, but they haven't shown up to. They haven't really shown up otherwise. Yeah, for so many teams, this is their home race. Aston Martin, McLaren, Williams, technically. Hamilton is P2, 3/10 off of Norris's time. Hamilton did a 126, 117, 301 gap. Proved it all in sector times, but not anywhere close to 3/10 off of Norris's purple lap. What's happened to Verstappen? He's just not showing pace that we usually expect him from. The Red Bull car is just not showing any zip. And he's being outperformed by the sister team. That's not something I would expect going into this weekend. Stroll just jumped up to P6. 6:14 off of Norris's time. He splits the Mercedes. It's a 10th faster than Russell. About a half a tenth faster than slower than Antonelli. Borrell to 13th. Ocon is in 14th right now, and Tsunoda in 15th, and Gasly to 20th. Clerk just passed his teammate at about 80,000 difference between 81,000 difference between Leclerc and Hamilton right now. He's got the fastest second sector. Did not improve in sector 1, but it was about 2.5 tenths slower than Norris in sector 1. 23.6. And then, about a tenth in sector 3. So those are new times on the board. Right now, no one's pushing. We've got several who are on outlaps. Isaac, Verstappen, Lawson, Albon, Alonso, are on outlaps. Fucker, $2 £2 donation does get me a crown. Not sure. Any bit of lag in a moment. You may need to reset if it continues. Got 22 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in this session right now. This is FP2 for the British Grand Prix. Again, this is the Racing Statistics YouTube channel. And we are live again with coverage. This is Grash with you. Again, for those of you who are in the United States, happy July 4th, Independence Day. Not sure what I'll be doing celebrating for the 4th. I might go out and buy a steak to cook. Either that, I'll go get a steak. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I want to thank everyone who's on YouTube. Again, with 2,673 watching right now. Several of the usual crowd over at Twitch. Don't have numbers for Facebook or TikTok. Like Shay is taking off, going back to sleep. They are in the hospital right now, so let's give them some love and support right now as they are recovering from a medical procedure they just took on. I don't have all this data, and I don't want to explain it all. It's not my place to. Just know that they're in the hospital and they're recovering. The recovery is going well, is what I've been told so far. Yeah, Max is doing okay. Max is doing. He goes up to P5. He's 4.98 off Norris's time. Not sure. That's a Max. Is in the low 126s, and it's a 6/10 different between Max to Sonoda. We need. Yeah, Red Bull's looking for. You're looking for Sonoda to be performing better than this. And that's the expectation of the second Red Bull driver, is to be performing better than this. And it's a good question. Like, if you threw Isaac in there, would he perform better? I don't think so. Would you? If you threw? I mean, they pulled Lawson out of that seat only after 2 races, which was crazy to begin with. Would you put, if Lawson was still there, would he be performing any better? I don't think so. So they've kind of engineered themselves into a corner here with this car. And now it's not really doing well with Max. We've seen them dominate. Gray says proves that the hate Lawson got was unjustified. Not all of it was unjustified. He did have incidents with Hamilton. He did have incidents with Ricardo. I mean, if you're a Ricardo fan, you're going to hate Lawson. He had an incident with Hamilton. He had an incident with Alonso. And we can joke about it now, but for a while he was like not making any friends anywhere. And so there was some level of hate towards Lawson, which he had brought upon himself inadvertently. So it's not a hate because of performance, it's hate because of interaction with other drivers. Yeah, I don't, and Red Bull's not going to move Yuki out of that seat. I'll tell you right now that this is part of the last hurrah with uh, Honda, and it would sound suspicious to me to not hear that Honda was giving Red Bull money to put Yuki in that seat when Lawson was having the struggle at the beginning of the year. Yeah, I mean it's his safest state for this year, but after this year, Honda officially moves over to Aston Martin, and Aston Martin becomes the Honda work team effectively. I would it would surprise me that Yuki stayed on at Red Bull another year. I don't think they need to make Yuki look bad. I mean that he admitted himself that the race last week in Austria, it was his fault, and that makes, I mean, and I agree. He did not drive well. Yeah, we might see Lawson. I mean, it could be Isaac. It could be Lawson in that Red Bull seat next year, and then that brings up Lindbad to the junior team. But it's just like now you've got three drivers. You've got, let's say Max. We're assuming Max is staying with Red Bull. So now we're going in the new year with new regulations with Max and a relatively young driver, rookie driver, and then the other team, the sister team has two, a rookie driver and a driver with 1 year under their belt, effectively. Or if it's Lawson, it's a year and a half a year. That's not really a great place for Red Bull to be in. And then again, this leads into the big story that's going on is that there's discussion between Toto and Max about buying his contract out and having him move to Ferrari. Um, and there, the best description of the situation came from Zach Brown, who basically said, when there's smoke, there's fire. And right now, there's a lot of smoke. And I'm not. The past few days, the potential of Max moving to another team became more realistic, became more grounded. Still in wild speculation land, but it's become there's been a lot more discussion and there's a lot more going on than I expected. For 13 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this session right now. This is the Again Race Statistics channel. This is Grash live with you on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok. And for someone out there, it's probably on a string and two tin cans. Max saying when he expects Max to move to Mercedes. If Max moves to Mercedes, I think he'll move. He'll be struggling. Like, I mean, that's obvious. You go to a new team, things are gonna be different. But Max is different. He is a generational talent. I mean, he is in that category with Vettel. He's in that category with Hamilton. He's in that category with Schumacher. You know, on the grid right now, he is the number one driver. This year, we've seen 4 years in a row him being the number one driver. Max won't move in 2026, 2027, however. That could be interesting, Dark. That 2027 might be. Looking right now. Max will never join Ferrari. I don't think he'll ever will. I think he's the one driver who the call of Ferrari will never. I mean, if he does, it's like it would be like Hamilton joining Ferrari or Vettel joining Ferrari. But I just don't see the call of Ferrari being alluring to him. Ferrari's not the same as it was for Hamilton or Vettel, or even Raikkonen. I just don't see the call of Ferrari being an attraction to Max like it would to those other drivers. It's just Ferrari is different. That allure, particularly since 2020, Ferrari has just not been the same. Next to F2, switch with the lead. No, not gonna happen. Which drivers will be selected for Cadillac? We don't know yet who has been selected. The suspicion is that Bottas Valtteri is going to be one of the drivers. He's been coy on social media about Cadillac. The other one there's been a lot of talk about has been Checo Perez. Checo Perez would be good for Cadillac because of he brings in a different demographic. You know, Cadillac's looking for an American audience, but Checo also brings another demographic, that Mexican demographic as well, which is you know, it's viable. I mean, you look at Pato O'Ward, he brings in that same demographic as well. Yeah, Checo can help him with the car. Valtteri can also help him with the car. So that's where again we talked about this 6 months ago. The idea is that we would get an American driver in a Cadillac, someone new. So it would be like Herta or Kyle Kirkwood, because this is the Andretti family we're talking about. I think right now the closest to an American driver to F1 is probably Crawford over to F2. Yeah, I mean they're looking for they're looking for one driver was going to be an established F1 driver already. Again, Checo and Valtteri both check those boxes off. What has changed is that they've stopped looking at maybe looking at a new driver, but going with two established drivers. I'll hide it again in the fridge. You guys are probably hearing my AC kick off again. Yeah, Logan is done driving in F1. He's coaching some other team, a Chinese team. Don't know. I haven't heard where Logan has gone off to. Got another piece of lag that we've got to. YouTube seems to be okay. We've got 7 minutes to go in this session right now. You listen to the Racing channel. This is Crash here on Independence Day, July 4th for the United States. Our country's birthday as we celebrate it. Great, thanks for the stream. Much appreciated. Yeah, thank you for coming, man. We appreciate everyone on here, whether you are watching live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, or video on demand on one of those platforms. We appreciate you taking part in watching. Again, we're under 7 minutes, almost 6 minutes to go in this session. And we've got everyone on track, but they're not pushing. They're not doing quality runs. Only Hamilton, Isaac, and Sainz are on soft tires. And then we only have the Haas's on hard tires. Again, they've been on hard tires a long time. And then everyone else is on medium tires. $1.99 donation for Andrew Dunas. Happy Independence Day to all Americans. Matthias Gray, will Lewis retire at the end of 2026 or will he continue? No clue. I have no clue what Hamilton's going to do. I mean, he is on, we know he's on the end of that end of his contract, end of his career. Again, happy to 4th of July to our American fans. Again, we are about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this session right now. Yeah, question whether I'm going to the grocery store to pick up like a tri-tip or something, or I'm just going to go to a steakhouse nearby me. I've definitely got a couple around me. That moved me past Joel and on the top points board. We're under 3 minutes to go in this session right now. Again, if you're on YouTube, now is a great time to like and subscribe. You hit that bell, you'll get notifications with uh, YouTube. For those of you who are on Twitch, if you join the channel, if you follow the channel and you've got your notifications set up correctly, you'll get notifications when we go live. Got I know on Facebook, if you again like the events, Facebook will give you notifications and messenger notes. And I have no clue how TikTok works. Can't tell you right now. Unfortunately, yeah, it's complicated. Why I can't use TikTok. So if you see someone claiming to be me on TikTok, it's not me. Bottom line, it's not me. We do have a Patreon if you guys want to still support us in other ways. And then finally, if you guys want to continue talking over tonight and tomorrow, we do have a Discord channel. We'll be discussing things. We'll probably know more about science later this afternoon, so we'll talk about that tonight. So we'll see a highlighter yellow. Part of that highlighter, that yellow, is Lando Norris. I saw flags at Silverstone with his logo on it. So this is home race for Lando. So yeah, you don't need Twitter. Twitter's dead. Yeah, the only people there who are still on Twitter are obligated to be there, and deplorables. Put bluntly. Again, this has been the Racing Channel that we've been watching FP2. Norris basically is top of the board with a 125.816, only one in the 125. Leclerc is second, 22,000 off. Hamilton would be third, 311. Oscar is fourth, 470. Max would be fifth on the board, 489, just shy, 2,000ths off of half a second. Antonelli 6th, Stroll 7th, Russell 8th, Isaac 9th, Lawson 10th. Albon 11th, Alonso, Borrell, Ocon, then Tsunoda, Sainz, Hulkenberg, Gasly, Behrman, Colapino. Tsunoda finished 126.980. He is 1.16 off Norris's time, and that would put him off, like 7/10. Yeah, like 7/10 off of Max's time, which is not good. Again, for everyone here at the Race Statistics, we've now finished FP2. Basically, cars are going to go around one more time, and then new practice starts, and then we are done for today. We will be back for tomorrow for FP3 and for quali, and then we'll be back Sunday for the race itself. Again, we are here for all sessions. We will see you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Those of you who are in the United States, have a happy 4th of July. We will see you tomorrow. Take care.